welcome to online class. So I'm going to teach you computers for 5th standard. Our first lesson is history and evolution of computers. History of computers. Now in ancient time, people used to have stones, pebbles, sticks and figures for counting. So in olden days, people was not having, you can say, money, that is coins or in note. So they were using different methods to use it for counting. This technique requires physical efforts, right? For counting stones, pebbles, stick, we have to do a lot of physical activity, right? So you can say that it was especially for larger calculation. If suppose there are so 100, 200, you can say pebbles, stones or stick. So to count that, it will take a lot of time. So these were very slow technology, we can say, or techniques, we can say. Since then, attempts have been made to make computing faster. The history of computers starts about 2000 years ago. The word computer originally implied a device which, under instructions from a mathematician, perform mechanical calculations. So, to develop faster and better device, you can say, mathematicians designs and implemented calculators that were capable of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Thus, computers were invented eventually and gradually after many significant calculating devices were invented. So directly we can see only a small size computers, or nowadays people are using iPhone, iPad, right? But earlier, when the invention started, and so many different people worked on it, and slowly different devices came out. Okay, so we are going to see few people who worked and invented different calculating devices. Because of them only today we are using computer. First learning app, that is Abacus. You can see the diagram. Okay, you can see heaven beats, earth beats, Abacus frame, my house point, 10 ones, and the answering bar. Okay, so generally this, you can say, Abacus, earlier it was of wooden frame. Okay, so Abacus in the first counting device designed to perform simple calculations. An abacus is a mechanical device which has wooden frame. It consists of frame with small beads in rows. Abacus is divided into two parts. As I told, upper part, it is also known as heaven. Lower part is known as earth. This device was used for doing calculation like addition, multiplication, etc. Chinese have been using abacus for large calculations. This device is still used for calculations in countries like China, Japan, and Russia. Next device, Napier-Bones. Von Napier was a mathematician who invented calculating device called Napier-Bones. These were multiplication tables written on script of wood or boards. You can see the diagram there. On the diagram, every row you can see there, numbers are written. Okay, so mostly it is told that multiplication tables written on the script of wooden roll. They were used for multiplying, dividing, and taking square root and cube root. Okay, so you can see compared to earlier abacus, little modification you can see in this Lapidbone has done. Next device, Pascaline. In 1962, Basil Pascal invented a calculating machine called Pascaline. He was 19 when he invented this machine. With the help of his father, French tax collector, who used it to count tax. The machine was made up of wheels and gears. You can see the machine, the structure of the machine. You can see on the top side some wheel round shape is there. Okay, and different gears were there. So to rotate it, wheels and gears were used. It was used for addition, adding numbers quickly. Pascal is also credited with building the first mechanical calculating machine. The design of his machine was ahead of its time. So when he invented this thing in 1642, he was very famous, and this machine was used for calculating work. There were many who made important contribution in the history and development of computers. Next person, he is the most important person, Charles Babbage. He is also called as the father of modern computers. You can see two more pictures are there beside him. You can see difference engine and analytical engine. Charles Babbage invented the analytical engine, a computing device. He was known as the father of modern computers. A few years later, he put forward the ideas of another machine called the analytical engine, which worked extremely, or you can say, which worked exactly like the modern computers. The computers what we are using, same way, analytical engine was also working. Next, she is the most important lady because of Lady Augusta Ada, binary number system was generated in computers. Binary number system 01 language. Lady Augusta Ada was an English mathematician and writer who has an assistant of Charles Babbage. So she was assistant of Charles Babbage. Even she was working with Charles Babbage. Her writings on an analytical engine was recognized as the first algorithm. So analytical engine, even Lady Augusta Ada has contributed. Okay, so the algorithm language was the first because of Lady Augusta Ada. So algorithm extended to be proceed by a machine after she came up with an idea to give instruction to the computers in a step-by-step manner. She is considered as the first programmer who suggested binary data storage, that is 0 and 1 language, instead of decimal number system. Few people invented and they started to work on decimal number system, but then they started to face problems. So she was the one to remove decimal number system and started with binary data or binary number system, that is 0 and 1 language. Herman Holden was an American statistician and inventor who developed a mechanical tabular based on punch in cards to reply tabulate statistics from millions of pieces of data. He was the founder of a tabulating machine company that later merged to become IBM. Now IBM is very famous, we all know. Okay, so many computer parts, computer monitors. Okay, famous company IBM. So it was Herman Holden. Because of his efforts, Finally, he was merged, means came together to work and to become IBM company. Holred is widely regarded as the father of modern automatic computation. Again, I repeat, Charles Babbage was father of computer. Hardman Holred is widely regarded as the father of modern automatic computation. Auto means it's happening by its own. In 1889, he invented a machine which worked on electricity for the first time. You can see till now no one has made the gadget which was working on electricity. So he was the first to make the, you can say, machine which was working on electricity. This machine was used for doing calculations by reading both numbers and letters. So next time we will continue with, you can say, generation of computers. We have done half of the lesson. Next time we'll continue with generations of computer. Four generations are there. Okay. So stay home, be safe,